Okay, let's unpack this. We're taking a deep dive today into the latest phase of the IoTeX Get Goated Rewards program.
That's right. We're looking at an article here detailing the third claim phase.
Yeah, and our mission really is to break down what this phase is all about, who it's for, and what you really need to know.
Especially if you're looking to potentially claim tokens from these two projects they're highlighting, Functionland and Hivello.
Exactly. And what's interesting, the article frames this whole thing not just as giving away tokens, but explicitly about distributing ownership.
Ownership in the future of decentralized infrastructure, yeah, that's the stated goal. This phase is another step.
Okay, so context. This is Season 2 of Get Goated. Phase 1 and 2 are already done.
Correct. And a really, really important note from the article, the IoTX claim window. That's closed now, officially shut as of March 27th.
Right, so if you didn't claim your IoTX by then,
Those tokens went back into the IoTeX treasury pool. The article says they're earmarked for future community governance.
interesting side note on governance. But yeah, our focus now is strictly Phase 3.
Phase 3. And it shines the spotlight squarely on, as you said, Functionland, FULA, and Hivello, HVLO.
Two specific DePIN projects. And the place to go, the starting point for checking rewards and claiming, is that same portal, right? goat.iotex.io.
That's the one, https://goat.iotex.io. That's your main hub for this phase.
Okay, portal check. Timelines are always super critical with these things. What are the key dates the article mentions for Phase 3?
Okay, yeah, listen up for these. First, there's a specific window just for checking your reward allocations for both projects.
Just checking, not claiming yet.
Exactly. That window is April 28th through April 30th. So, like right now, basically depending on when you're hearing.
Right, April 28 to 30 to see what you might get. That seems sensible, giving people a heads up.
It is, and the article really stresses this point. End of day, April 30th, those allocations, they get locked into the smart contract.
Locked in.
So the instruction is crystal clear. Check your allocation between April 28th and 30th. If anything looks off, you have to open a support ticket.
Where?
In the IoTeX Discord. And it must be before that April 30th deadline. That's the absolute cutoff to raise any issues about the allocation amount.
Okay, that's a hard deadline. Check by the 30th. Open a ticket if needed before the 30th ends. Then what? When can people actually claim?
Claiming itself starts on May 6th. That's when the gates open, so to speak.
May 6th. And is it a mad rush?
Doesn't seem like it needs to be. The article says the claim window will stay open through the entire month of May.
Good, good. Bit of breathing room there.
Yeah.
Now, what about things like KYC or that ZK pass they used before? Do people need to do that again?
Good question. The article clarifies this directly. If you already completed the ZK pass during the earlier IoTX claim phase, you're set.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no need to do it again for Phase 3. You're good to go.
Excellent. That removes one potential hurdle for a lot of folks. Okay, let's get a feel for these projects. Functionland and Hivello. What's the lowdown on Functionland from the article?
Functionland, tied to the FULA token, the article describes them as redefining decentralized storage and compute.
Decentralized storage and compute.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it mentions concepts like BASS, blockchain-attached storage, and positions them as building open-source alternatives to traditional cloud services.
BAS. Interesting term. And it's built on IoTeX natively.
It is, yeah. The article highlights that connection. The core pitch seems to be empowering users to really own their data.
Own your data, a classic Web3 theme. Does it say how people can participate or earn?
Yes, it mentions users can earn by contributing hardware to their decentralized network.
Contributing hardware, okay.
And for more details, the article points towards DePINStan.io.
Got it. So Functionland, user-owned data, hardware contribution built on IoTeX. Makes sense in the DePIN context.
Yeah.
What about the other one, Hivello?
Hivello, with the HVLO token, the article presents them through the lens of, like, user-friendliness, accessibility.
Making DePIN easy.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Making participation simple for everyone.
We definitely need more simplicity in this space. How do they do that, according to the article?
It highlights their platform. Says it helps users deploy and manage node infrastructure. Wait for it. With just a few clicks.
Wow. Just a few clicks to manage nodes. That's ambitious. Does it say if you need tech skills?
Explicitly says no technical skills required. That's a key part of their value proposition described in the article.
Okay, that's huge if they pull it off.
Right. The strategic goal mentioned is driving mass adoption by lowering that technical barrier, bringing potentially thousands of new users into DePIN.
So onboarding the masses to run nodes.
Pretty much. And just like Functionland, the article suggests checking depinscan.io for more info on HVLO.
Okay, so Functionland tackling storage compute with user ownership. HVLO tackling node deployment complexity for mass adoption. Two interesting angles. How are the rewards actually calculated? This Phase 3 distribution for FULA and HVLO.
The article says they're using the exact same allocation model for both projects, and it calls it a fair model.
Okay, fair model. How does it work?
It breaks the reward pool for each token into 3 chunks, basically, based on how people participated.
Three chunks. Can you break down the percentages?
Sure. First chunk, 30%. This is distributed equally among users who completed that project's specific social tasks.
Okay, 30% for social engagement, spreading the word. Makes sense. What's next?
The biggest slice, 55%. This part is distributed proportionally. It depends on the participants' BinoBits. BB.
BinoBits. Proportional to BinoBits. What are BinoBits representing here, according to the article?
The article links BinoBits to platform contributions or activity measured by BinoBits. So it's a metric reflecting how active or contributing someone was within the ecosystem tracked by the Get Goated program.
Right, so not just social clicks, but actual measurable activity or contribution within the platform whenever it generated those BinoBits. 55% based on that.
Precisely. It rewards that deeper level of engagement or contribution.
Got it. 30% social, 55% BinoBits. That leaves 15%. What's that for?
The last 15% for each project is allocated specifically to provide initial liquidity for the token, FULA or HVLO, on MIMO.
Ah, MIMO, the DX on IoTex. So seeding the market, basically.
Yeah. Helps ensure there's a place to trade the tokens once they're claimed.
Okay, 30 social, 55 contribution activity via BinoBits, 15 liquidity. Did the article give any, reasoning behind why that specific split?
It did offer a rationale. It said the structure is designed to reward both active community engagement, that's the social tasks part, and platform contributions, which are measured by those BinoBits.
Balancing community building and actual usage contribution.
Seems to be the idea. And for anyone wanting the really fine print or FAQs on this model, the article points them to the Get Goated official documentation.
Okay, good resource. So let's bring it back. What does all this mean for you, the person listening?
Well, fundamentally, if you participated in Get Goated, especially Season 2, this Phase 3 is your chance, your opportunity to claim tokens from these 2 projects, Functionland and HVLO.
A chance to get involved, maybe get some ownership in these DePIN projects building on IoTex.
Exactly. And the big call to action from the article, the thing to do now, is check your allocation, use that April 28th to 30th window, double-check everything.
We'll flag any issues before the 30th ends via Discord support.
Right, and then be ready starting May 6th to actually claim those tokens, knowing you've got until the end of May.
And if people need updates or run into trouble during the claim?
The article lists the official channels. X, formerly Twitter, is @iotexio, Telegram is t.myo, a text group, and Discord is discord.geotex. Those are the places for real-time info and support.
Okay, so just to recap this deep dive then. Get Goated Phase 3 is live. It's all about Functionland via ULA and HVLO, HVLO. There's a critical window right now to check your allocations April 28th to 30th.
Check now. Raise issues now if needed. Claiming starts May 6th and runs through May.
And remember that ZK pass thing. If you did it before, you're good.
You're good. The reward model balances social tasks and BinoBit contributions plus some liquidity.
And the whole framing, according to the source, is about distributing ownership in the future of decentralized infrastructure.
Which leads us maybe to a final thought for you to chew on.
Go on.
If the stated goal is distributing ownership in this future infrastructure, what does that reward split 30% for social tasks versus 55% for BinoBit measured contributions suggest about how they view the relative importance of community building versus platform activity in actually building that future? Something to think about.